Please, you will humor me to think that this National Assembly will be able to call the president to order when they need to vote on it, when they need to get 2/3 on it. This rubber stamp National Assembly, this National Assembly that can't even investigate a case of sexual harassment, this National Assembly that is so high-handed in its own regard towards its own members. Is it this National Assembly? If you believe that this National Assembly will go ahead and make a strong footing and make a strong showing against President Tinubu, then you will be so gullible to think that osmosis is the name of a Turkish footballer.
Now President Tinubu has appropriated unto himself the powers to make laws for the River State House of Assembly. That's an impeachable offense. I don't know whether the National Assembly will have the courage either to reject his gazetted proclamation or to proceed on an issue of impeachment against him for violating the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay guys, without wasting much of time, I would like to play you guys a video of Rufai Oseni from Arise TV. Here the message is sent to Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the suspension of Governor Fubara and the state of emergency he declared on Rivers State. Guys, let me just give you guys a chance to watch this video. Hear what this our brother said. And I'll simply give you guys a video of Reuben Abatti. See, the act of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is political and is illegal. Yeah, take your time, watch this video. Please, I will beg you to share this video, please. Watch, then we'll come back.
President, that was not fair. That's what I saw yesterday. And I'm going to be hard with the truth today. I'm not saying this because of us. I'm saying this because of our democracy. It's time we stop making this a demonstration of grace. All the legal minds have spoken about it extensively. The last state of emergency had in this country, in fact, I think it was the National Assembly that called the attention of the president to that you don't need to suspend the governor. And it was kept in place. Most of the legal, analysis that have come out of Section 305 keeps faulting what the president has done. But you see, this case is peculiar because, please, you will humor me to think that this National Assembly will be able to call the president to order when they need to vote on it, when they need to get 2/3 on it. This rubber stamp National Assembly, this National Assembly that can't even investigate a case of sexual harassment, this National Assembly that is so high-handed in its own regard towards its own members. Is it this National Assembly? If you believe that this National Assembly will go ahead and make a strong footing and make a strong showing against President Tinubu, then you will be so gullible to think that osmosis is the name of a Turkish footballer. Not this National Assembly, because they met yesterday with the president, the principal officers, before this was agreed. So it's a political ploy. Coming to the part of unfairness, I saw a lot of half-truths in the president's speech yesterday. Fubara has not made attempts to ensure that the Supreme Court ruling was implemented, but we saw when he went to the House, we saw the game the legislature in Rivers State had been playing. We saw those games, but the president was not fair in the first place because he took sides with Wike. And that's why the likes of Atedo Peter started asking, is there anything more between President Tinubu and Wike this morning? He can't call a spade a spade. He can't call Wike to order. The same President Tinubu did not see when Wike was threatening the Ijaw ethnic nationality. I say, what would they do? The same President Tinubu didn't see all of this. But anyway, what do I expect? It's under President Tinubu's watch that we had 2 speakers in Lagos. It's under President Tinubu's watch we had a disarray in Osun State House of Assembly. You've had political suicides everywhere. But in all of this, he heaped all of the blame on Fubara when we know the real actors in this matter. And like Ebo Adegboruwa was saying this morning, it was part of a grand ploy. Let's call a spade a spade. It was part of a grand ploy. The idea was to remove Fubara in the first place. So they had looked for ways. Why was it that all of a sudden, it was yesterday that they served the impeachment notice, that they wrote out the things Fubara had done, and then the president read out a state of emergency. And when you check the state of emergency speech, most of the things enunciated in the state of emergency speech were the things the lawmakers had enunciated in Rivers. So why did it happen all of a sudden? Fela sang a song many years ago. He called it Power Show. I open my eyes and I see for my country.
Okay, very quickly. Let me first come in from an interpretation of the Constitution, which the president himself highlighted. He said he was acting within the purview of Section 305 of the Constitution. Section 305 of the Constitution explains the circumstances under which the president shall declare a state of emergency. And the conditions are properly stated. If the country is facing a threat of war or imminent war, is Nigeria facing the threat of war in Rivers State? That's one question. It also talks about, a situation whereby something could happen in any part of the federation where, Nigeria could find itself in a chaotic situation. The president is required to act. Number three, where the governor in that particular state does not immediately respond, to the crisis situation and does not approach the president to act in the national interest. So those conditions are properly spelled out. However, that same Section 305 says that the president, will give a proclamation which will be gazetted, and then will go to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly, if it's in session within, 48 hours, would act. If it's in recess, within 10 days, will act. If the National Assembly does not consider that particular proclamation, gazetted proclamation, valid, then it will vote otherwise. 2/3 majority of the two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. And if that happens, the decision is abated. Okay? Now, because we are constrained by time, let me now say that Section 305, which the president quoted, is the operative principle. Now, let's look at what the president said. I think that the president has violated the Constitution, even within the purview of Section 305. And he has violated the Constitution because he was not properly advised to respect that section of the Constitution. In what regard did he violate that section of the Constitution? In fact, he acted as the dictator by saying that the administrator that he has appointed can make regulations and laws will be made for the Rivers State House of Assembly henceforth by the Federal Executive Council. The Federal Executive Council does not have such powers. Section 11 of the same Constitution says that, look, when there is a state of emergency, it's only the National Assembly that can make laws for a state House of Assembly. Now, President Tinubu has appropriated unto himself the powers to make laws for the Rivers State House of Assembly. That's an impeachable offense. I don't know whether the National Assembly will have the courage either to reject his gazetted proclamation or to proceed on an issue of impeachment against him for violating the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the other relevant portion of the Constitution is Section 188. Section 188 of the Constitution spells out how a governor can be removed from office. A governor cannot be removed from office by the proclamation of the President of Nigeria. It can only be removed if there is gross misconduct, as put as an allegation by the House of Assembly, and then the CJ is advised to form a panel of reasonable people, people of distinguished qualities in the state. And if that panel now decides within the purview of Section 188 that those allegations are wrong, that puts an end to that process. the president has not followed that. He has acted unilaterally. Section 1, subsection 2 of the same constitution says that this country called Nigeria cannot be governed except by the provisions of the constitution. There is no provision in the 1999 constitution that says that the president of Nigeria can unilaterally remove a governor, remove the deputy governor, remove the legislature of a state in Nigeria. So again, that proves that this is a violation of the Constitution. I go to the third leg of my analysis, which is to say that who advised the president? The people who advise the president must be called to order. Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, is a very distinguished lawyer. I don't understand how Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, arrived at this advice. And I also say that retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, if he's a patriot and a citizen, he must reject this appointment, making him sole administrator of Rivers State, because it is a wrong appointment and his own integrity has been called to order. Whatever may be the motivations, he must act as a citizen and issue a statement forthwith to say that he will not be party to the violation of the Constitution. Now, what argument are they putting up? It has been said that, oh, Obasanjo did this when he was president. After all, he removed Dariye in Plateau, he removed Fayose in Ekiti. Look, at that time, Akinolu Jimi, SAN, who was Attorney General, was relying, I think, on the 1960 Constitution. The explanation that he offered, that the 1960 Constitution and the emergency, the Declaration of State Emergency Act of 1961 allowed the federal government to remove a governor or remove a legislature. Now, it was wrong. Because at the time he was making that statement, with due respect, the operative law in Nigeria was, either it was the 1999 Constitution. So Akinolu Jimi saying it was 1960 Constitution, 1961 Declaration of Emergency Act was just using political expediency to justify the illegality that President Obasanjo engaged in. And people who are quoting the Obasanjo president must realize that an armed robber cannot say that because one armed robber got away with it, so you also have a right to commit armed robbery. That is wrong. The second point that I would like to make, again with due respect, is that people have been referring to the Jonathan period, that Jonathan declared a state of emergency in about 3 states of the Federation, Adamawa, Borno, I think Yobe. Now, that argument has been settled by Mohammed Bello Adoke, who was Attorney General of that time, in his book, The Burden of Service. I don't remember the specific pages. But as a reviewer of that book, I reviewed that book on the back page of this. I recall that Mohammed Adoke argued that there's nowhere in the Constitution that the president is empowered, that's 1979, 1999 Constitution, that the governor is, the president is empowered to remove a sitting governor or remove a sitting House of Assembly. And that was why under President Jonathan, no governor was removed, no deputy governor was removed, no state House of Assembly was sacked, no local government chairman was even removed in those 3 states. So the people who are just making argument about president, they are speaking out of ignorance. And I recommend Adoke's book for them to find that explanation.
Okay, guys, you watched these videos. You heard everything they said. So what Bola Ahmed Tinubu did here was illegal, was not right. What Bola Ahmed Tinubu did was not in the Constitution. So according to Reuben Abatti, if the Senate House can, place an impeachment order on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you guys know they cannot do it. So all of them they work together. Bola Ahmed Tinubu just need to be impeached. Because this man is constituting a lot of hard work in Nigeria. Bola Ahmed, we told you guys, this man has no idea. He don't even know what he is doing. He don't even know what he is doing. Suspending a governor, declaring state of emergency in the state when there is no war in that state, when there is no chaos, no anarchy, nothing. Do you know the meaning of state of emergency? It is when something terrible is going on in that state. Then, but nothing of such. It just declares state of emergency. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be impeached. For real. And I love the way Rufai analyzed this whole thing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is acting as if he don't know that Simple Fubara tried all his best to make sure peace reign. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu stood in the path to support Wike. That's what he is doing. Guys, I will end this video for now. Please share this video. Kudos to Rufai, kudos to Reuben Abatti. Share this video. See you guys in my next video. And subscribe. As you do so, God bless you. Give the video a thumbs up. Bye, guys.